This week's shows are going to be brought to you by Amber Lolli, a really great product. I encourage you guys to go check it out. AmberLolli.com. Link is down below in the description.
Hey, look, I want to talk about this Amber Lolli product again. Whenever something good comes along, I do want to talk about this. My neck, I had a kink in my neck from hell, and the pain was, it gets to a point where you get headaches. So I just grabbed the cream and I rubbed that crap on the back of my neck. After a while, you don't even realize that the pain is gone. You're just going, and how we are several hours later, and I'm still, there's no pain. And it works really quick. I like that. So joint pain and muscles, sore muscles, nice. And then here's the thing about me. I get offered all the time. People want to come on, they want to be sponsors, they want to be this. My thing is, if I don't use your product, I'm not interested. You know, I can sell out everything and make a ton of money, but no, you know, my subscribers to me are very important. But this product here, absolutely, I'm going to endorse this. I like it a lot. AmberLolli.com.
Going on out there, peeps? All right, let's get back into gold, silver, and cryptos. Plus, I have a little example to show you. I told you I had a conversation with one of my subscribers. We talk every now and then on the phone. She's a kick. Her name's Maria. She's over there in New York, and she's Italian. And I remember the first time I talked to her. I love her accent, by the way. And we got carried away talking about marinara sauces. But as she would tell you, her and her friends, she's got like 4 or 5 friends that she hangs around with every day. And I asked her, she's retired, I asked her, what do you do? She said, they sit around smoking cigarettes, drinking mimosas, and talking crap about their family. Gossiping, okay. I love it. Anyways, we had a good conversation. She was a woman who had a lot of money, but I'm going to bring up an idea that we went over and share with you. That's something you might consider. Before we get started, hit the thumbs up button, because when you do, it helps us get past the algorithm that YouTube puts on us and keeps us from being shadow banned. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. The disclaimer here is I'm not a financial advisor, a lawyer, or an accountant. The information that I share with you, I do freely. It is of my own opinion. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings and their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. That's right, head on over to Money Metals when you want to buy gold and silver. Keep in mind, if you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. Hey, right now, a special offer for my audiences only. You have a chance to win 100 free American Silver Eagles. That's over $3,000 in value. And all you have to do is enter your email to win. That's it. That's right, there's no obligations to purchase. The link is down below in the description, so head on over there, enter to win. Yeah, between now and December 31st of this year to enter. The only way you can for sure not win 100 silver American Eagles is by not entering at all. So do yourself a favor and enter your email so you have a chance to win. All right, we're starting to see some green in the market, at least the Dow, up 600 points after it's taken a little slacking over the last few days. You can see gold is down $16.10, still hanging around that $1,760 range. You got silver at $22.41. It's gone up about 7 cents. Gold and silver have been pretty stagnant. Not a whole lot going on. Not since this time last year when we saw them running. We saw gold get close to, what is that? Record. I actually set a record high, and silver was starting to run too, and then all of a sudden they were smashed. Bitcoin's at 56,878. It's down about 0.60. Ethereum's at $4,501. It's down 2.76%. Solana is at $236.08. It's up 2.85%. Cardano is at $1.72. It's up 9.5%. Our favorite New World Order coin, XRP, still continuing to lose just a little bit, is at 97 cents. Polkadot's at $36.04. It's down 3.54%. Dogecoin still sitting around about the same. Shiba still lingering around about 404. It hasn't really done a lot of movement since it reached its high of around, was that 408, and then all of a sudden it's about half that since then. There's always something in the news about Shiba that gives you hope that you should be holding on to it. Look, we made no qualms about it. We told you these are crap coins, Satoma and Shiba. Well, I can't say that about Satoma no more. They're starting to turn themselves into a cryptocurrency with use. But I still won't give up my Shiba coins. Like I said, there's an army of people hell bent on getting it to about 1 cent. I'll take it there. Satoma's at 7066. Not too bad, still lingering around the same spot as well. So over the past hour, it's up 5.8%. Over the last 24, it's up 3.9%. Over the last 7 days, it's up 12.8%. Over the last 14 days, though, it's a negative 15%. And over the last 30 days, it's negative almost 23%. So Satoma's been sitting around about the same value for quite some time. It goes up sometimes, it goes down a little. But for the most part, it seems to be lingering around the same area. I think a lot of people are eagerly anticipating the SATA mask, for one thing, and the development of a video game that they have going on. But that's okay. As I sit and wait to find out what's going on with Satoma, I continue to accumulate, as I said, more and more Satoma coins just for holding it. That's earning free money, and all I'm doing right now is just holding on to it. Here we go, looking at the metaverse coins. So a good chunk of them are running into the red, but let's take a look at the 24-hour change. RMRK still running positive. It's at 13.31% since yesterday. Star Atlas is up 4.24. The dip coin is up 3.21. My neighbor Alice is up 2.5 cents. But a big chunk of them is in the red. Again, it is that time of the year. Remember, it is the holidays. So don't panic when you see these kind of prices. These are coins that we know are going to go up once the holidays are over. So here's what I'm talking about when it comes to Shiba. They always got some kind of news going on that seems to benefit them, but they don't really move that much. The largest crypto exchange in Brazil finally lists Shiba. Cryptocurrency trader in Latin America have more reasons to be happy now that Shiba is coming to a country in the region. And when's this going to happen? On December 1st, they're going to list this coin on their platform. So people over in Brazil can have access to buying Shiba themselves. So I anticipate around the first of the year, as these coins start popping up on other platforms, these tokens starting to pick up value again. As I was stating, Shiba really doesn't have any utility uses. There's just nothing. It was meant as a joke coin. But now I think larger institutions are starting to look at Shiba as a type of just money. And what I mean by that is this. It might not have any utility cases to do anything, but it could be used as a transfer of value. The Twitter announcement also had a video of the Shiba dog wearing military gear. Well, it didn't give any reason for this listing. It mentioned that the token has increased in value over 18,000% this year alone. So if you were lucky enough to jump on Shiba this time last year, you're sitting pretty. Again, I'm just going to continue to hold on to my Shiba coins. I got plenty of them. If the Shiba army gets it near a penny like they've been predicting, well, then I'll be doing pretty good because I can take that money and just buy more gold and silver. So it looks like Shiba, again, the more access that people have to the coin, the more they'll buy it, the more it goes up in value. But they definitely need to do something about bringing down the overall supply in circulation. The same with Satoma. So congrats to Shiba. It is now on another large crypto exchange, giving people around the world more access to the token, which in turn helps drive up the value. So I was reading this thing, the Satoma price predictions. How high can a altcoin rally take the Satoma crypto? This is Satoma has been cast into the crypto spotlight after the altcoin price increased by 60% during the past week. However, the price increase comes after a price decline from a warning announcement. The volatility has investors curious about Satoma price prediction. So we all know what happened, or it tells you right here anyways. Early this month, CoinMarketCap posted on its Satoma page that Wim Dennis, otherwise known as Willie D, had been sentenced by the FBI for wire fraud scam in 2010. Dennis is Satoma's president of NFT curation and talent acquisition. Satoma teams responded in their page. Look, this thing is from way back in 2010. I've been kind of on the border of whether or not this should have been important for investors to know. I mean, if the guy committed a crime 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and he hasn't done anything since, I mean, for me, do I really want to know? I guess it depends on what the crime is. I didn't think it was that big of a deal to have to know this because it has nothing to do with what he's doing currently now. But it absolutely squashed this rally, not just this one. So here's what happened that bothers me. You had Coinbase interfere with the two fastest growing tokens, all within about a week of each other. You had them messing around with Shiba, telling everybody that the amount of tokens in circulation was wrong, and then doubled it, and then said you made a mistake. All right, that stopped its momentum. Satoma was flying, and then all of a sudden you announce this warning about a case involving Willie D from 12 years ago. Well, Willie D is not an owner. Willie D is not a programmer. Willie D doesn't control the flow of the tokens. He doesn't control any parts of it. All his job is to do is talent acquisition. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So what was the purpose of having to make that announcement? So it absolutely positively looks like CoinMarketCap interfered with the two fastest coins, and they were meme coins. So I've had time to think about this, and the situation with Willie D does not discourage me at all. So in talking with Marie, here's one thing that we were going over that I thought was interesting. She said she started putting silver aside for her grandkids. I think it was 10 ounces per kid. And she's just going to keep accumulating. Again, this is a woman who has a lot of money, so it's not that big of a deal. So I said to her, and then I showed her the spreadsheet, look, I was born in 68. If my parents bought 10 ounces of silver at whatever the rate was every year until I turned 18, where would I be sitting compared to where if it was gold? So if you take a look here, 200 ounces I would accumulate it over my 18 years. These are the different values at the time. Look at in 1980, silver was as much as it is now, pretty much. Here would have been the overall cost. So for all 200 ounces of silver, it would have cost my parents $1,174.60, of course, without the taxes and everything else. With today's price, that same 200 ounces is now worth $4,450. So the difference is not very much as far as how much has gone up in value. But keep in mind that silver is one of the most manipulated markets of them all. We know that this is not the true value of silver. This is the paper value. But this is more the point that silver is used for bartering usually. So that makes sense. But what I told her is, had you thought about gold and you can actually afford it, she did say she had a lot of money, and I don't know if she could afford this, but something for people to think about. If you have children that you want to go to college, people often put aside money for their children's college. But the money just sits there. It really isn't doing anything. It's not accumulating. It's not getting interest. Nothing's happening to it. Remember, the dollar is losing its value. So the more you just keep it there, the more it loses its purchasing power. You're not gaining anything. If you want to put money aside for your children's college fund, you should be putting it into gold. Now let's just pretend like you could afford these amounts. From 1968 to 1986, had my parents put aside 10 ounces of gold, this is what would have happened. This is the cost per ounce. This is the overall total. After my 18 years with 200 ounces, it would have cost my parents, of course, without taxes or anything, $42,263. That's about as much as a lot of parents put in savings to help their children with their college fund. But if I take that same 200 ounces that I would, if they would have just kept it and I'd done nothing else and I still had it today, that same 200 ounces times today's price would have gave me $356,480. See the difference? But again, even gold's price is manipulated. It's worth a lot more than that. But if you're thinking about sending your kids to college, I wouldn't just keep money in the bank. One, it can always be taken by a bail-in. Two, you don't really accumulate no interest. And you used to have, when you kept your money in a savings account, you can get 4, 5, 6% interest, then it dropped down to around 3%, then 2. Now you don't get anything. Overall, just putting it in gold and holding it would help you out a lot more than just keeping it in the bank. This would help increase the amount of money that you could give to your children whenever they are ready to go to college. Now, mind you, gold is pretty expensive, and I get it. There's some of you out there that can afford this, and most of us can't. But if you have the ability to do so, I would recommend it. So here's something interesting to think about. Had my parents had $30,000 for my college fund in 1968 when I was born, and they decided, you know what, we're just going to buy gold with it, they would have been able to afford 852 ounces, a little over, but just round it up. We'll say 852 ounces. So 852 ounces by the time I reached 18 to go to college. You see what I'm doing? So up here, see the cost of gold was $35.20 when I'm born. Let's say parents put aside $30,000 for their kid to go to college, but instead of just keeping it in the bank where it lost value, purchasing power has been going down since 1913. So instead, they just said all at one time, hey, we got 30,000, we're just going to buy gold. And so I get 852 ounces. And all they do is I just hold it until 1986 when I graduate and I get ready to go to college. Gold at that time is worth $350.60. If you take that 852 times the $350.60, I would have $298,711.20 to go to college. Do you see why gold is a better investment? That if you could do it all at one time, or you just accumulate over time. If you're thinking about putting your kids through college, instead of just letting your money sit there and really do nothing, you might consider just buying gold and holding it to the side for them. Anyways, I thought I would just share that with you as an interesting conversation that we had. If she's putting money to the side for her grandkids and you could afford to do so, obviously do the gold. We know that it's going to shoot up here anytime. Once this market crashes, I wouldn't have any CD stocks or anything in a bank, because the bank, they're going to do bail-in, they're going to take it. Anyways, that's it. You guys hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.